Good afternoon, happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, we have the volleyball game, the playoff game. I recorded earlier today, so I'll include that footage for you guys. As you guys might have been able to tell, we did not win. We actually got there like a handful of minutes late. It was already, I think, like 4-2 or something like that when we got there. And the team that we played were actually a lower seed than us. They were 18th, I think, and we were 16th. And they ended up beating us in 2 sets by like over 10 points. And yeah, it was not a very good game. Honestly, one of our kids, are really good kids who's normally like the best, he ended up having like his shoulder iced at the end of the game, so we don't know if maybe he was hurt. I told you guys too, the one kid who ended up like busting his face open in gym class, he had to have like stitches in his nose. I don't know if he broke his nose or anything like that, but he had to have like a bunch of stitches and stuff like that. Thought he might be back for the game, but he wasn't even there at all today. And so yeah, there was like a handful of other, like one of our kids too has been having, he had like since the last tournament, he had like something's been up with his shoulder too. And so yeah, we weren't totally sure, but they just didn't play very well. Honestly, the other team, almost all of the points that we ended up getting from this team ended up being off of missed serves. They had so many serves in the net and out the back of the court. It was ridiculous. But as soon as like we would get the ball into play on their side, they would end up like, they just like out hustled us, honestly, guys. That was pretty much what it was today. It was like, yeah, it was not very good. They looked way crisper than us, and like I said though too, they probably ended up missing half of their serves today. Half their serves didn't even make it into play, but they just didn't like look good at all today. Like if the other team ended up, like I said, they missed half their serves, but as long as the ball got into play on our serves, they'd wind up with the point. So it was like we literally should just like give them the points because for missing our serves, because then they'd at least miss their serves. But it was like, it was just not good. Like little dink passes and stuff like that, they were just like, none of that stuff would fall. Even our spikes too, we only had like maybe 3 or 4 like really good spikes that ended up landing for points and stuff like that. But for the most part, this team like didn't make any mistakes, and they were apparently the lower seed than us, and they still ended up beating us. So that kind of stunk like a lot. And we were honestly assuming like, oh, this game should be easy and everything like that. They are not in our, we were playing for conference, but they weren't, we never seen them at all ever. So we had no clue what to expect or anything like that. It was just like, we came in kind of not knowing and thinking that, you know, they're seed lower than us and everything like that. This should be easy and stuff, and it wasn't. And so we ended up kind of getting our butts kicked. And on top of that too though, like almost over 50% of our team is all seniors, and they've been out of school for like over a week. So yeah, granted, even if this school, you know, their seniors might have still been in school, or it might have even been out of school, you know, and stuff like that, but all of our kids seemed like they were just really out of it and like on summer break already. And on top of that too, like Matthew said too, they ended up having yesterday off because they don't practice on Sundays. So they came in today to play without having like a practice the day before or something like that, because we always play Tuesdays and Thursdays and tournaments on Saturday, but they will have practice on Friday. So they never come off of an off day practice it or playing a game the next day. So I think that could have maybe thrown them off. I don't know, honestly, guys. But volleyball is officially over for this year, for pretty much ever, unless Matthew decides he wants to play in college, which he said that he might play, like, maybe not like necessarily like for the college, but maybe like, I don't know if it's club or like, you know, something like that, just kind of like through, you know, some type of organized volleyball team or something like that, which would be pretty cool, but we're not sure. This was officially the last game of high school for Matthew, which was pretty sad too, and some of those other kids too looked pretty choked up about it, which I was like, I feel so bad for them. But at the same time too, like for the seniors, they're kind of like, you know, graduation's on Wednesday, like they kind of, I think, mentally are kind of, you know, finishing school and stuff like that. And so I, again, don't know if that had anything to do with it, but they just looked pretty sluggish out there today, and not like they're, honestly, we could have beat the team if we had played to our peak, you know, and stuff like that, because I didn't really think they were much better than the one game that I thought we were going to get crushed by, of the team that's like in our town. We ended up playing them like a few weeks ago. That was when they actually started like winning and stuff like that. I think it was actually the game right before their senior night game, which they almost won their senior night game too. And that team was playing today, and they were ranked a really high seed, and we almost beat them in the senior night game. I think we lost by like a few points or something like that, but the level of energy was so great for that game, and I didn't see that there today. So if they would have played like that, I think they had a chance at winning today, but they looked totally out of it. And like Matthew played well, I thought. He was diving around for a lot of balls and stuff like that, but it just, like, even too, he seemed like he was a little bit like out of it. I don't really know, like just, you know, mentally kind of done with school and stuff like that, and so did a lot of the other kids. So anyways, so guys, I'm going to take a shower and head to bed. I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today, so make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.